Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on True Confessions, Naija. The confession you're about to listen to comes from a message we received from one of our sisters, and the message reads like this. Good day, Uncle Ori. The story I'm about to tell you is my own, my real story. I am sharing it with you today with a hidden identity because honestly, I am so ashamed for people who know me to ever hear this with my real name. But I believe someone out there may learn from my life, from my mistakes, from my regrets. So let me begin. I am a woman currently living in South Africa, but I was born and raised in Botswana. For those who know me from home, I know you will probably be shocked hearing why I'm here. The truth is, I didn't come here chasing greener pastures the way most people do. I came here because of choices I made, choices that completely changed the direction of my life. Growing up, I was that naughty child. In school, I was troublesome. At home, I was even worse. I never listened to my parents. I was stubborn, hot-headed, and I thought I knew everything. Looking back now, I wish I had listened, but I didn't. Things at home got even worse after my mother passed away. My father remarried, and my stepmother made it very clear from the beginning that she didn't like me. She treated me like an outsider in my own father's house. She had this way of looking at me like I didn't belong. And honestly, my father didn't do much to protect me. The house became toxic. It felt like prison. And since I was already rebellious, my relationship with my father broke down completely. We argued all the time. One day, after a big fight, my father told me to pack my things and leave. Imagine being just a teenager, barely 18, and being told to leave home. I felt broken, but also strangely free. I moved in with one of my best friends. It was around that time I met him, the South African truck driver who changed my life forever. He used to pass through our own town often. He was older, experienced, and he had money. At first, it was just small conversations, then gifts, then promises. Before I knew it, we were in love. At least I thought it was love. He gave me attention, money, and promises of a better life. And being young and naive, I fell for it. Soon, I was pregnant with his child. He told me not to worry, that he would take me to South Africa, marry me, and give me a better life. At that time, I didn't think twice. My own father didn't want me, my stepmother hated me, and here was a man who said he wanted me, so I left Botswana for South Africa. When I arrived, life wasn't exactly how I imagined it. This man already had another wife back at his parents' home. He said bringing me there would cause confusion, so he rented me a small place to stay alone with the baby. And because he was a truck driver, he was hardly ever home. Sometimes he would say, I'll be back in a week, but he would disappear for 3 weeks or more. At first, I tried to be faithful, but I was young, lonely, and restless. On weekends, I wanted to go out to have fun, to feel alive. Slowly, I started meeting men online. I started clubbing, drinking, and even leaving my baby with a friend so I could go out and party. At first, I told myself I was just having fun, but soon, I was sleeping with men for money. I became what people now call a slave queen. I didn't see it that way then. I thought I was just surviving. One day, my truck driver husband came back. We slept together, and the next morning, he complained of a burning sensation while urinating. That was when I realized I had passed him an STD from another man. He was furious. We fought. I begged him to forgive me, but he didn't. He left me just like that. I was alone with the baby, no money, no support. So I went deeper into the slave queen lifestyle. Men knew me online. I offered sex for money. Sometimes I pretended it was just dating, but deep down, I knew it was prostitution. But so here's what I never knew. Some of the men out there are not just looking for sex. Some of them are ritualists. And when you sell your body, you don't know whose hands you are falling into. And then came another twist in my life. I met a man online, a young man, fresh from university. He had a stable job, a car, an apartment. He was polite, respectful, and wanted to marry me. He told me, "You already have a child, but if you promise to give me my own child later, I will marry you." For the first time, I thought maybe my life could turn around. He was a good man, but when he finally moved in together, I discovered his dark secrets. He had a very small manhood, smaller than my smallest finger. I tried, but there was no joy in our intimacy. And because I was already used to sleeping with different men, I couldn't stand it. I left him. That's when I met another man online. At first, he seemed perfect, handsome, generous, and he even sent me explicit pictures to prove his size. I thought I had found what I was missing, but I didn't know he was a ritualist. He invited me to Limpopo, even booked my bus ticket. His house looks beautiful, but from the very first night, strange things started happening. I dreamt of a man bringing a coffin into the room, forcing me to go inside. I woke up shaking. The windows and doors were wide open. When I called for my man, he answered from the roof at midnight, claiming he was fixing the geyser. It was so strange. And then it got worse. Whenever I slept, even for just 20 seconds, I would dream of men stripping me naked, forcing me, leaving fluids inside me. And when I woke up, I'll find discharge between my legs, greenish, smelly, with blood clots during my periods. I realized this was not ordinary. I was being used spiritually. One night, in my dream, the same man beat me, shouting, "Why are you refusing to enter the coffin?" I woke up with a terrible headache. That was when I knew I had to escape. I grabbed my only phone, ran out, and called a friend. She sent me an e-wallet. I took a taxi back to safety. Now I am here, renting a small room with a friend. Do I regret the life of being a slave queen? Yes, deeply. Do I wish I had listened to my parents? Yes. Do I sometimes think of going back to that man with the small manhood, pretending to love him just so I can have stability? Yes. But then also, I know I'll end up cheating again. So I am stuck between wanting a good man and wanting satisfaction, between survival and destruction. My dear listeners, this is my confession. The life of a slave queen may look glamorous on social media, but the pain, the danger, and the regrets are too heavy. I have lived it, and I am still suffering the consequences. Please learn from my story. Thank you for allowing me to share this experience. I will check the comments to see your reactions. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our sisters. Please, let's help her. Talk to her in the comment section. Things, they really happen for this our world. Now, wow.